who scored a shot in that tournament. Nance outside over Magic.
That's not his shot, Brent, but he made it. He's become an excellent basketball player. He's had a great series so far.
Now Magic is taking it outside in this game, something he did not do Friday night. That's 2 for the Magic man outside, and it's a 17-12 or a 5-point Laker lead. This is Macy. They left him alone. Team 7 of 9 from the field, so they both start hard. Kareem on the go.
That's a great give and go between Magic and Kareem. They work so well together, and also reverses. Kareem likes to hit Magic when he's cutting to the basket.
Back! Come on, James! Come on, James! Back!
Edwards waiting.
Get him off!
That's the voice of Al Bianchi. Get him off of him. That's Macy. Ball knocked out of bounds, Suns ball.
James Worthy coming in the game right now. The Lakers are looking for a big game from Worthy, a big offensive output, and they came in with him early like Pat Riley said he would do, to go with their best scoring lineup and keep the pressure defense up with their quickness.
Davis was fouled as he came up. Cooper fouled him. Bianchi and referee John Bannock have been going at it, and Bannock is now warning Bianchi to sit down on the bench and quiet down. Bianchi had been telling Bannock that because of the holding, they couldn't run anything. They couldn't get a man around the screen.
Just stick with the power for a while.
So far, Brent, the defense of the Lakers, which is very aggressive, denied the next pass to every man, has taken a little toll on Phoenix. But they've responded. They've really done so much a better job here in Phoenix than they did in L.A. responding to that type pressure.
3-point Los Angeles lead on the steal. Lucas. Kareem sends it back. McGee, 3-pointer on its way. Out. Here's Walter Davis. Macy. Lucas. And Kareem was in the passing lane. He was a trailer. That's 5 Suns turnovers in the first period. Cooper saved it, did not travel. Kareem across the timeline. 5 on 5. Here's Magic. Chips inside to Worthy. Uses a shoulder and goes to the glass. .5-10 first period. Sudden death in the Gulf about to start. All of you will go back except Los Angeles and Phoenix, and then you'll return for the remainder of this NBA action. Lakers lead the series 2 victories, 1 goaltending by Kareem. Score it. It's 21-20. Ooh, what a dandy we've got shaping up here.
Great game. You can see the strategy's working. When Worthy comes in the game and plays Lucas, Phoenix feels it has an advantage down in deep. That Lucas is a little too strong for Worthy. They run right to him. Real good move by John McCall.
Byron Scott will soon check in for Pat Riley and the Lakers. Going into Johnson on the turnover. This is Macy now. Ships it up to Walter Davis. Here come the Suns on the move. Davis goes over now to Nance. Nance's jump shot. And the Phoenix Suns have taken a 1-point lead with 4:28 to go, first period. Cooper and Johnson play catch. This is Worthy, not a good outside shooter. Misses that one. Nance with the rebound. Nance hands to Macy. Macy quarterback's coming across. Penetrates inside, and Edwards comes to the glass. Pat Riley's got to have a timeout, Kevin.
You have to love the fast break of Phoenix. They come out to run the basketball. They've done a terrific job doing it. They've surprised the Lakers in both games. We're going to have another high-scoring first period, Brent.
And, of course, another reminder that everyone, except those of you in L.A. and Phoenix, will see the remainder of the golf. 4 minutes and 4 seconds to go in the first period of this game for the Western Conference Final. Phoenix leading Los Angeles 24-21. I'm Brent Musburger along with Kevin Lockery. And a reminder that we're going to be sending the entire network back to golf. So let's send all of you back except Phoenix and LA. welcome everyone who has rejoined us now along the CBS network. We have just come to the end of the first period, and the Lakers lead the Suns 37-36. Kevin, I know it's going to be a bit redundant for the fans in Los Angeles and Phoenix, but why don't you recap for the rest of the audience exactly what happened late in the first period of this game?
Well, the Lakers started off very well, and they put a lot of pressure defensively, full court against Phoenix. Phoenix has gotten very physical in the first quarter. Lucas Pittman has picked up that tempo. We have a great game because Phoenix is running at LA. LA likes that game. I think we'll see some tremendous basketball game today.
And we get ready to start the second period here. A one-point game, another sellout crowd. Both teams were 14 of 20 in field goals. The difference in the game so far is Cooper's three-point shot because they had 8 of 9 free throws. We can't be much closer than that.
That's very even.
Worthy. Jamal Wilkes is on the floor. Bob McAdoo, Byron Scott, and Magic Johnson. That's the Laker lineup to start the second period. Alvin Adams fouled McAdoo. Adams is out there with Larry Nance, who has been sensational so far in this series. Charles Pittman, Walter Davis, and Kyle Macy, who was the star in Game 3 in overtime with the first 6 points. Byron Scott with a spinning move misses. And Kevin, he may be taking too many shots.
Exactly right. He's a very good player, but you got Magic, Worthy, McAdoo on the floor. You have to give them the ball some.
Pittman begins his assault, and he was fouled by McAdoo.
When Kareem's not in the ball game, Phoenix will drive to the basket much more. I thought that should have been a 2-shot foul, but they called the 1 shot. But they'll take the ball to the basket because there's no one on the floor to block shots now for the Lakers.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was the Lakers' high scorer. He is now sitting down. He had 12 points in the first period. Adams got it inside to Nance.
Nobody to block this shot. Get the ball down and deep now for Phoenix.
This is where the Suns want Magic Johnson, at the sideline. If they can keep him there all afternoon, they're going to be successful defensively. The Suns worked on it in practice prior to Game 3 and prior to Game 4. And we're going to show you that as this unfolds. As the ball comes down the floor, Byron Scott hits that field goal. As the ball comes down the floor, sometimes you don't pay much attention to it. Believe me, it can be critical in the NBA. They do not want to give Magic Johnson in particular the middle of that lane. That makes him ever so dangerous. Here it is, Scott picking up Macy high. Macy on the cut. Worthy now comes down. He's got Scott and Magic. Through Magic to Scott. He didn't miss that one. He missed a jam while you were away.
He took that in two-handed. That's the first fast break basket for LA. Phoenix has 6 points on the break so far.
1 down. That's it.
Rod Foster soon to check in for the Suns. That's the voice of Sun coach John McLeod.
That's it, Walter.
You like that shot?
What an offensive player. They're making it tough for him to catch it, but once he catches it, he shoots it so quick.
Now the Lakers defensively, they get a ball inside to Worthy, and he traveled. Rod Foster replaces Kyle Macy. Now defensively, the Lakers would like to keep the ball in Walter Davis's hands as much as possible. He's such an unselfish player, he tends to pass it rather than shoot it. He got free that time, didn't he? Pittman missed on the follow. Here's Scott. Magic gets 3-on-1 Lakers, and Magic comes right at him. No, Mr. Nice Guy on that one.
Walter Davis has played the entire game so far. He's going to need a little rest soon.
Knocked away by Worthy, back to Foster. Here's Nance coming in on McAdoo. Offensive foul. That's 2 on Nance.
Sometimes when you have an advantage, Brent, it can turn into a disadvantage. Phoenix is trying to force the ball down and deep by driving it to the basket so much right now. They're turning down the easy shot. You have an easy jump shot, you have to take it. Don't force it and get charges and turnovers.
There is the mascot of Phoenix, and we see exactly what transpired here.
Here's Nance with the ball in the foul line area. McAdoo just takes the charge. Nance cannot drive when your guy's playing 3 or 4 feet off you. You have to stand back, take the jump shot. Even though Kareem's not in the game, I know you want to get down in deep. Take the little jump shot.
The gorilla is lighting him up here in Phoenix. He was getting ready there in the background. We've got a feature on him at halftime. His name is Larry Rojas, and he's a very talented young man down here. I'm going to make Henry Rojas a lot of money this afternoon. He's a free agent at the end of the season. Colangelo's going to have to come up with some bucks.
Everybody but coaches gets a good deal.
Mike Sanders now on the floor. Worthy on a power move. Walter Davis bringing it up to the attack for the Suns. It's a 5-point Laker lead. We've got 9 minutes, 5 seconds to go here in the second period. Knocked by Magic, but right to Walter Davis. Jamal on the switch. They go to Foster. Worthy with a hand on it. He's got Scott in front of him.
When you shoot his jump shot from the corner and miss, particularly a guard, you're really vulnerable to the fast break.
The Suns have to be very careful here, Kevin. This Laker team right now that's on the floor is on the verge of getting a run. Foster penetrates. Magic got a hand. Here they come defensively. John McLeod's going to have to call a timeout. Mismatches out there. Davis fouled Magic. Instead, he's going to send Maurice Lucas back into the game. You can tell the fire in the Lakers' eyes right now. This is different than we saw on Friday night.
Exactly right, Brandon. It's all started by the great defense, the pressure defense. They're really aggressive. They got a quick lineup on the floor. Everybody on the floor right now has great quickness, and that's their big advantage.
So now we've got 2 replacements for the Suns. That's how McLeod has answered this. He's going to go to the muscle. Lucas and Edwards are both on the floor now. And they will play with Davis, Foster, and Sanders. And it'll be McAdoo, Wilkes, Scott, Magic, and Worthy. This is the Lakers bench team, capable of blowing out any squad in the league, short of, I guess, the starters on the Celtics.
I always felt, too, Brent, that when they bring in this team and they leave Magic in the game, because he's such a great passer and runs the break, they're even more effective. They're great with him in the middle running the break, these quick players.
Lakers have built an 8-point lead. 8:20 to go. They lead this Western Conference final 2 victories to 1. Watch out, Scott now will try to pressure Foster. Sanders loses the handle. Loose ball. Magic goes with him, and that is a turnover. Over and back, and Magic knew it. He wasn't going to get in a foot race. He let Sanders touch the ball, and Magic is now saying, let's go. Get the ball and let's go. And Hugh Evans is slowing down the pace a little bit. Magic comes outside. Foster can't handle him if he gets him inside. He can post him up and go to work. Jamal comes over, and there's Sanders. Lucas leaning on Worthy inside. McAdoo's out high. A pick on Foster. Johnson rolls to the glass. No contest.
Brent, the second quarter blues are setting in for Phoenix. They're getting killed in the second quarter every night.
Wilkes will let Davis yo-yo away. That's where they want the basketball, right in his hands. Didn't let him yo-yo enough. Foul is called. Macy's got a return. Second period, they've averaged less than 20 points a game against this Laker bench. We've got timeout called by John McLeod right now. He's down by 10 points. He's got 7:40 left in the second period. This is a very impressive Laker team here this afternoon. They look entirely different than they did on Friday night. Question is, can they keep it up? For the Special Olympics in that player's name. Early candidate for most valuable is the gorilla. Kevin said he was hungry.
Don't mess with the gorilla.
Shake it out of your hair there, Kevin, and let's go back to work. We've got 7:40 to go here in the second period. The Lakers leading the Suns by 10, and LA has scored off of all 8 Phoenix turnovers. So the defense that Pat Riley has the floor, they have really created that difference in the score right now. This is Edwards coming up. Got the bounce.
What you gotta like, you got a team like the Lakers, they run off 10 points, and then they bring in Kareem at you.
The crowd now trying to encourage the Suns for a run. McAdoo. Just like that, it's back to 10.
When they move the ball, they're so much better club. That's why I think Scott sometimes takes a couple too many shots.
Kevin, what about Scott defensively as he works against Macy? I'd heard at Arizona State he was not a good defensive player.
Pat Raleigh's done a great job. He's an excellent defensive player right now, and he was a terrible college defender.
Look at Davis outside. What a marvelous athlete he is. Now it's up to the Suns' defense. Can they get 2 field goals in a row? Lucas got a hand on it, knocked it away, but Johnson's there. And Lucas and McAdoo are going at it, but now Lucas backs off. Inside to Kareem. Off to Jamel. McAdoo. A chance for 2 consecutive field goals. Good defense that time by the Suns. Davis. Into Edwards, and Kareem fouled it. And that is the first foul on Abdul-Jabbar in the game. And Worthy, along with Michael Cooper, come in. Wilkes and Magic Johnson will leave.
Magic has gotten more rest in this game than he had in the previous games. I wonder if he's 100% physically. That's very unusual.
It sure is. He didn't play well Friday night. For Magic, anyhow. You look at his line, and it's good enough for about 3/4 of the league. On the miss now. It's Worthy on the Lakers on the far side. McAdoo cruising underneath. Kareem will come back, and it'll be 5-on-5.
They're going down to Kareem.
Here he is against Edwards. Edwards playing with 2 fouls.
What a great outlet. Whenever you need a basket, call his play. It's tough.
They Harris the ball, and on the turnover, it goes back to the Lakers. That Los Angeles pressure creating another opportunity. Paul Westphal will replace a tired Walter Davis. So they left him on the floor until 5:44 the first half. That's how important he is to this franchise. Scott, Macy's with him. Kareem will go to work again. Passes off McAdoo. Boy, that's something when an Abdul-Jabbar can pass it inside to a Bob McAdoo. What weapons on this Los Angeles team. Edwards puts it down. Macy gives it back to him. McLeod likes to play. Foul was called. And quickly, Kareem now has picked up 2 personal fouls. Larry Nance returns. A lot of you may not be too familiar with him. He's a young man out of Clemson, and he has matured into a star in this league. He has great athletic skills. Vertical leap underneath. He can twist and turn. He'll give you a couple of moments before this one's over. Edwards is a 7-footer, not a terribly aggressive 7-footer. He's a good outside shooter. Played at Indiana before he came down here. 8 points for him. At the 5-minute mark first half, and down to the floor goes Michael Cooper. And that's going to be 3 fouls on Edwards.
There's the pushing and shoving. Both players pushing. That was a good call. Edwards did push him with 2 hands. That's a definite foul. His 3rd foul.
Scott pushes down baseline into Lucas, and he is fouled.
Scott plays like a guy that's been in the league 8 or 9 years, Brent. He goes to the basket well, shoots the jumper. He's not bashful. He'll take a shot anytime.
Those of you who watched on Friday night remember that terrible fall he took when Nance hit him coming out to guard against the shot. He goes down hard here again. Scott was woozy, but he stayed in the game.
You watch after the foul shots, Brent. They will pick up full court, and that has been the difference in this game so far. They'll go right defensively on. Each guy will get his man.
Here's Macy. Worthy is guarding Nance.
That's it. Here he is.
Macy
Yes,
moved
sir.
it to Westphal. On the turnover, here come the Lakers again, and it's all Los Angeles defense. Cooper on the alley-oop with a miss. Loose ball underneath. Adams finally controls Phoenix. Outlet Westphal. But Kareem and McAdoo are back. There's Nance. Blocking foul, score the basket, bring him up to the free throw line.
What's amazing about that shot, Brent, you said he'd show us something shortly. He jumps right over McAdoo on the play. There it is. Right over his head almost. That's unbelievable jumping ability, and he had the ability to make the basket. That's incredible. And he scores the hoop. This is some three-point play, and Phoenix really needed it. They were going down to shoot at that time, Brent.
Kurt Rambis checks in. McAdoo out. Now Magic Johnson comes in, and now we're seeing something different from Pat Riley. It's more of a shuttling routine rather than just putting 5 players, and it is causing the Suns bench. They are simply looking down, always checking. They're not sure who's on the floor. They're trying to create mismatches and keep McLeod and Bianchi over there guessing. Riley doesn't want to leave the same 5 on the floor too long. That's what's going on right now. The cat and mouse game has changed considerably here. Magic goes into Kareem. Crowd thought he traveled. Crowd doesn't have the whistle that counts. Macy comes up. Magic's with him. This is Alvin Adams. Puts it on the floor. Too high of arm. Goes to Cooper. Out of bounds. Lakers ball. They were looking for Worthy on the pass. And we've got a Laker timeout. We've got 3:49, second period. Lakers lead it by 11. Yeah, he's been working hard, hasn't he? Sure he has. You see that tan he's got? He goes through a jug of copper tone. All right, Michael Cooper inbounds it now for the Lakers. It's 59-48, 3:49 first half, and here's Kareem shipping it back to Magic. They play a little catch, double team. Now Kareem's got one man, Adams skyhook. Rambis coming back up, and Kareem was standing there.
That's 18 points for Kareem. He's dominated the first half. They're shooting over 70% this half. LA's playing great basketball.
That'll tell the story. It's even worse here today. Westfall, three-pointer, off the mark. Rambis goes to Cooper. The Suns are back on their heels. Here's Magic. Kareem's pass was blocked, out of bounds, Lakers ball.
Young man.
Walter Davis to return for the Suns.
All right, it's coming in.
Brent, they're going to have to play Walter Davis almost 44 minutes in this game because they need his offensive abilities in the game. They can't do without him.
Cooper. Back to Magic. Returns it. Skyhook. That's 20. You have to think about Friday night with 3 seconds left in regulation. They went down to the big fella for a sky hook. Would have won the game. Would have gone to overtime, and he simply lost the ball without a bounds. They could be up by 3 ever so easily. Lucas, pull-up jumper. Got the roll. Kareem is 8 of 10 from the floor so far in this game. Worthy. He sort of pushes at the ball when he shoots it outside.
He's not a real good outside shooter. Once he develops that, no one can stop him this late.
Lucas. Adams with an offensive rebound. He pushed Rambis to downtown Phoenix.
Phoenix has to stop him. They're shooting 75% about for the whole half. It's too easy. They've got to stop a couple of times down the floor.
Worthy goes to Cooper. Adams on the steal, but out of bounds. Lakers ball.
That's one thing Adams can do. He can steal the entry pass into the post because once Kareem catches it, it's too late. They have 9 seconds to get a shot off the Lakers.
McAdoo returns. Rambis is out. Here's Kareem. Davis hanging back on a double team. Cooper's second three-point attempt. He's 1 of 2. Suns ball. Mike McGee returns.
As you said, Brent, Pat Riley has rotated his players marvelously so far. It keeps changing players. I think it's confused Phoenix a little bit.
Davis. 12 points for Walter.
There's a two-man game, Magic and McAdoo.
Abdul-Jabbar. Davis again.
One team scores from 20 feet, the other scores from 2 feet. The team scoring from 2 feet usually wins.
McAdoo.
On eight. Let me have it.
Boyce McLeod.
He's telling his players, wait to 8 seconds before you go and try to get the last shot. Lakers will still have time for shots. Should go now.
Adams. Blocked beautifully by McAdoo. They've got 10 seconds. And he traveled. Worthy turned it over. Phoenix ball, 8 seconds left, first half.
That's talent, Ben. Great execution by Phoenix. They did everything perfectly. And there's a block shot by Worthy that's just great talent. They have the last shot of the quarter. They'll go about 4 seconds left. They'll go and try to make sure LA does not get another shot of the half.
Baseline, Buck. Go, Mace. Baseline.
Nance. 3 seconds for the Lakers. Worthy. That's the end of the first half for the Los Angeles Lakers, who lead the series 2 victories to 1, lead in game 4 now, 69-58. Pat O'Brien is coming up in just a moment. So, hey, we shoot 62%, and we're trailing these guys 69-58 because look what the Lakers did.
No one could shoot 71% for an entire game in a playoff game, but the Lakers were just tremendous offensively in the first half.
How about the bench, Kevin?
It's unbelievable, but it's the reason that they're such a good club. It's the depth of the team. They have great speed and quickness on the bench, and that's been the difference of the series so far.
Now, turnover points. The Los Angeles Lakers have converted all but 1 of 10 turnovers. Let me tell you the one they missed, folks. It was on the alley-oop that Cooper couldn't jam down in the hole. Otherwise, they've hit them all here this afternoon.
That shows the quickness of a basketball team. When you get a turnover and you turn it into a basket immediately, that's the quickness and the great athletes that LA has.
Now, what can the Suns do to get the crowd and themselves back into this game?
They have to get more aggressive defensively because 71% is a ridiculous percentage to allow a team to shoot against you, even though Lakers are playing well. I think they'll get back in the basketball game because of that. John McLeod will make a good adjustment coming out the second half. Probably double and triple team Kareem a little bit more than they did in the first half.
And, of course, let me remind everybody that Game 5 of this series will be brought to you from the Forum in Los Angeles on Wednesday night, and that's at 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time start. So get out those videotape recorders. I know a lot of folks like to wake up with the second half, watch the first half live. We'll be with you 11:30 from the Forum in Englewood, California. It'll be these Lakers. You know, I had a conversation with Magic Johnson. I said, Magic, you've played on a couple of teams, won championships. How good is this Laker team? He said, I don't want to make too much out of it, Brent, but I think this is the best Laker team I've ever been on. He said, we simply have depth. He said, there's no big ego problem on this squad. Everyone gets along. We run together off the court. We enjoy each other's company. And I dare say that the Boston Celtics and Larry Bird might be saying the same thing right now. They've got a big 3-game advantage on the Bucks. They're 1 victory away, and I know a whole lot of basketball fans who would dearly love to see the Celtics and the Lakers. And, of course, CBS will have exclusive coverage of all the championship games live right here. And there is Kareem. Double team, Kevin, what happened?
That's a high percentage shot. They'll shoot more than 75% of that.
Got to use at least one man on him, right? Nance brings it to the attack for the Suns. So we've got Macy, Edwards, Davis, Lucas, and Nance on the floor against Magic, Kareem, Rambis, McGee, and Cooper as we start this second half. Davis was open. The shot clock's inside 5. Edwards on the turnaround.
Good D now, good D.
This is Magic. And there's the Laker pressure. Lucas staying back to help out with the screen. Pat Riley has his defense directly in front of him. Shot clock again down to 5 seconds. So the Lakers have forced him to bring it down. On the turnover, it's going to be easy. Magic. And if they don't get a run, the crowd here will stay quiet. Lucas bumps through Rambis. Rambis rebounds. Out quickly to Magic in the middle. Drove the lane, missed the layup. Edwards rebounds. Trying to get it out, he was fouled.
Phoenix is working so hard to score on one end of the floor. 2 out of the 3 times they came down, they had to force a shot because the clock was going down. And LA just pushes it up the floor right back at him.
Davis dishes off to Lucas.
That's when Phoenix been at its best, by pushing the ball up the floor, creating some easy baskets, not in the half-court game.
Nance is picked off by Kareem, and Magic is left alone. Got it back and handed to Cooper. They missed 2 shots. Here's Mason. Davis is short. Again, good Laker defense off Kareem's hands, however. Suns ball, 15 seconds on the shot clock. So we've got a timeout now in Phoenix, and we'll be right back. The Lakers have missed 3 shots in a row, and that's the first time they've had a cold streak like that in the game.
Phoenix has ran the ball and been very successful, but they play into the hands of the Lakers. The Lakers want to run, but they have to keep pushing the ball up the floor. They were most successful Friday night with that. In this game, they've been most successful. Don't get caught in the half-court game.
I cannot overstress the importance of this game to the Lakers. Now, everybody says, hey, wait a minute. They lead it 2-1. They're going home. If they get forced to a 6th game, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and the Lakers would have to play here in Phoenix on a Friday night. And if Boston closes out Milwaukee, we would open the championship series a week from today. And that means the Lakers would have to travel, not much preparation time. And that hurt them last year against the Philadelphia 76ers when San Antonio got them into a 6th game.
That particularly, Brent, bothers Kareem. He needs a little rest at his age, and they don't want to be traveling cross country to have to play the Celtics.
The Suns, of course, would love dearly to force him to that 6th game if they can. As Edwards rose up, he drew the foul, and now we've got 3 fouls on Cooper. We've got 3 on Rambis, only a couple on Kareem. Magic without any fouls at all.
You get the feeling, Brent, Phoenix is be able to hang around in this game. LA hasn't put them out of the woods. It's usually a sign there's going to be a run by Phoenix sooner or later to get back in this game. I get the feeling that they'll get back in this game.
The Lakers have done a superb job defensively on Larry Nance. He has not dominated offensively like he has in each of the first 3 games for a short period of time at least. Rambis took the pass, came through, and the foul is going to go against Edwards, and that's number 4. I was holding up wait to see because Lucas was underneath there with Rambis too. Rambis is at the free throw line, but it goes against Edwards. Pressure by Cooper.
Trail out on the pick now.
Back to Davis. Shot clock again at 5. And there's Nance. Kareem. Magic.
Oh!
Rambus. Fresh 24.
Larry, back up.
Tipped away by Nance. Goes out of bounds. Lakers ball. Nance has those long arms.
Whoa, whoa!
With moisture on the floor, being mopped up. 9 seconds on the shot clock. I don't think I've ever seen a skyhook missed by that much. Davis.
Play some basketball. Stay spread. Move it.
Lucas.
That's it. There you go.
Knocked away and Rambus fouled Edwards.
When you're coaching a game and you have a lead that the Lakers have had 12, 14 points, and it seems like they've had an awful lot of opportunities to break it up into 20. That concerns you because you know a team, particularly in the home court, is going to make a run, even though the Lakers are playing great defense.
Lucas. He was fouled as he got inside. He'll step up to the free throw line. And that is 3 fouls now on Abdul-Jabbar.
Michael Cooper's an outstanding defensive player, as is Kareem. And what they're doing, the Lakers, is they're pushing Walter Davis to his right hand and then double teaming him and leaving the big guy in the corner on the right side open. They're not pushing him towards Macy because Macy can shoot the open jump shot. So they're double teaming him with the forward. Very good strategy by Pat Riley.
Missed 5 in a row, and Cooper throws up a 3-pointer that's short. Suns ball. Now they could have something cooking. Magic fronts Nance, took it away. Macy. Magic fronts him again. Now they get it inside to Nance, and the foul's called on Magic. That was marvelous defensive pressure applied by that young man.
One other thing, Brad, they're in a penalty, the Lakers. Phoenix only has 1 team foul. At this stage of the game, that could be very important. We have 7:38 left in a half. Every foul is 2 shots for Phoenix. This also helps you get back in the game. What do you want, Buck?
76-68. And the crowd is in it now. Magic. That's 16.
Miss base, miss base, miss Larry.
Look for Walter Davis on an isolation.
Other side.
It's Nance. Magic.
All right, Mace, you're okay.
Off McGee. Suns ball.
Come on, get the ball. Get it in. Let him take him inside. See if we can get the ball in there, too. Don't go off play.
Edwards out high. Lucas. Backs in on Worthy. Then moves to the inside. Lucas just picked off Worthy at the other end, too. Now they get into Worthy. Runs on Lucas. Continuation, score it.
One mistake that Lucas is making with James Worthy is he's letting him turn into the middle. That's where he's the toughest. He should make him turn to the baseline so he has to shoot the fadeaway jump shot. He's not a real good jump shooter.
Worthy's inside game.
This is where Lucas should try to turn Worthy to the baseline. He's letting him get into the middle. Worthy's too tough when he can turn to the middle. He's got long arms. He reaches almost into the basket. It's a three-point play opportunity. Look at Kareem. You think he likes to play this game? There's a guy been in the league forever, Brent, and he still loves it.
You don't like to play it that much. You don't want to be part of Friday night. I want to get on an airplane, go to Boston on Saturday and face those fans and Larry Bird and McHale and all those guys. I want a little rest. This free throw by Worthy. 10-point Laker lead. 6:28 to go. Third period here in Phoenix. Game 4 of the Western Conference Final. Nance goes back to Davis. Worthy came flying out at him, didn't he? Cooper. And Worthy shook his head. Don't send it to me now. Johnson hits Scott. Blocked by Nance. Scott gets it back underneath. Fouled by Edwards, and that's the biggest moment of this basketball game. That's the 5th foul. John McLeod couldn't believe it. Nor could Edwards.
There's a shot by Davis. Here's the fast break. Cooper to Magic. Watch him pick up Scott on the left of your screen. This could be goaltending because he pins the ball against the board. Now the foul on Edwards. That could have been goaltending because you cannot pin the ball against the board.
Well, the foul is what was critical in that play.
In this case, I think Phoenix would have rather gave him the basket, Brent, than have the 5th foul on Edwards.
Absolutely. Now you've got your center with 5 fouls. You fouled him out on Friday night. You've lost your 7-footer. Adams is out there. He's in the pivot. 81-70 in 6 minutes. Nance has got to go to work. Lucas tapped it twice. Worthy rebound. Kareem. Offensive foul.
That was very good weak side defense. Coming to help out by Maurice Lucas. He took a good shot, and he paid the price for that. 4 fouls on Kareem. Here comes Lucas from the weak side. Oh, he got hit. Good, and he paid the price to take the charge, but it was a good call.
Good call by Vanek underneath. 4 on Kareem, 5 on Edwards. So both the starting centers are out. That equalizes itself, doesn't it? McAdoo's taking Adams. Adams. Short. It'll go to the Los Angeles Lakers. This ball foul. Nance was pushing. He was one of them underneath. And that's 3 personals on Nance. Worthy. Can't get it down inside 10, can they? Cooper goes to the floor and Davis hits the field goal. That's down to 11. McAdoo came up on Alvin Adams and foul called, and that was a strange call. Adams seemed to hold his ground, and McAdoo jumped up in it.
McAdoo almost forced the contact in that play. It was a pretty smart play. One thing that Pat Riley does excellently, Brent, is that Magic Johnson is a guard, but he does not pressure defensively real well. That's why he puts him on the forward and has guys like Cooper and Scott play the guards and picks up the full court pressure. And that's been the big difference in this game by Cooper, Scott, and McGee's pressure in the backcourt on the guards of Phoenix.
4:35 to go in the third period.
Get up, Luke.
Byron Scott is with Macy. They go alley-oop. Cooper is fouled by Davis. That's 2 on Walter.
Walter Davis is second. For the penalty, Michael Cooper will go to the line. 1 plus the penalty for Hugh Johnson. Penalty shot.
Cooper's a very good foul shooter. That was a bad foul by Davis. There was no need to reach in and just give 2 points away.
And there was contact underneath Lucas and Cooper colliding, and that's 4 fouls on Lucas, and the ball will go to the Lakers, who have a new man coming into the game. First time we've seen him here in Phoenix, and that will be Big Sven Nader.
Here's Lucas. He'll give you a good shot when he wants to get an offensive foul. And he just wiped out Cooper. Cooper is the most physical player that the Lakers had, so he can handle it. But Lucas let you know he's in the game.
Power on power here, Kevin.
This goes to show you what type of player Cooper is. He really meets Lucas maybe first, and it could have been called on him. But when you're going to hit Lucas, you're going to pay for it.
The Lakers 6 of 14 this quarter. They've cooled off, haven't they? 43%. Yet they've extended their halftime lead by 2 points, which means their defense has done superbly at the other end. Edwards there with the 5 fouls. He's in the most trouble of any. So there's Sven Nader, number 41 in the game now for the Lakers. First time here in Phoenix. McAdoo scored, and he was fouled by Davis. What was it Big Sven Nader said to you before the game started? I'll probably get my best workout when I get back home, right? A little pickup game? Little did he know.
That's exactly right. I don't think he expected to play. He can shoot the basketball and rebound it well, but he doesn't have the quickness to play the type game the Lakers really like to play.
He is strong. He got it.
That pass was for Worthy. Ended up in McAdoo's hands for an easy basket.
They do get a little frustrated sometimes, don't they? Somebody's mom would be unhappy. Here's Nance. Nader hit him.
Nice bounce pass. Adams can pass the basketball. Nance going in. Nader doesn't have the jumping ability that a Kareem would have, but that could have been an offensive foul on Nance. He pulled Nader's hand away. .310 to go in the 3rd period. So all that work with all that videotape by Pat Riley pays off when your team takes charge of an important playoff game like this one. Game 5 of the series will be coming your way Wednesday night on CBS. And the Laker bench has exploded. You know, we shouldn't call it a bench. It's too quick for that. Nader gets another field goal. It's another category. It's the gold unit or something. They need a nickname for that crew over there. I tell you one thing, when you call them the bench, it's a little different because they put in an awful lot of minutes. Rambis is a starter on this team, but he sits down most of the game, and someone like Worthy plays, so they really put in an awful lot of minutes. Brian Scott's played almost as much minutes as anybody in the game.
Lucas fouled McAdoo as he came through. That's 5 on Lucas. So you got 5 on Lucas, you got 5 on Edwards. Lakers lead it 93-77. You got 2:36 in the 3rd. The Los Angeles Lakers are in charge of this series. They are in complete command.
Number 20, Lucas.
It seems for Phoenix Phoenix offense, they haven't been able to get Walter Davis in the offense nearly enough, and you got to give credit to the quickness of the Lakers, but also to the game plan of Pat Riley. I talked to him before the game, and this is what he talked about more than anything else, and they've executed extremely well.
You know, Kevin, looking ahead, I know Larry Bird's a great player, and he's going to get his points, but he'll work for him against this Laker team. They got a lot of speed. They got people like Michael Cooper that they'll send to him in waves. Should be a great series if it comes to that. Macy's out of control as he went down. Beyond the in line, he's down. McAdoo, Suns ball. Macy's back up now. He's fine. Davis shooting. And Macy hits Vanek with a basketball. He threw the basketball right at him. That could be a technical. It is indeed. Macy thought he was pushed when he came down the middle. He went over one of our cameramen out of bounds beyond the end line. And then when they came back down the floor, Macy had the ball in his hands, and he simply threw it right at Vanek.
That's not the temperament of Kyle Macy. You don't see that very often. I'm sure he felt he was fouled, and I think he hurt his head a little bit when he came down. And he usually doesn't do that, and Vanek had to call a technical foul. Macy is still upset.
Well, here it is. Now, he came right down the middle. Did you see anybody push him?
Not a whole lot of contact. Maybe McAdoo got him a little bit, but not a whole lot of contact.
Now he's out of control. John Aguirre is holding the handheld, and that's where he hit his face down there, that camera, as he went beyond the end line. So Macy will sit down now. 2 minutes left in the third. Charles Pittman, Magic almost stole it. Davis is 2 of 4 this period. He's taken only 10 total shots in the game. That's how much, as Kevin alluded to, how they've taken him out of the game. 10 shots, he had that in a quarter. There's Nance. He came up into swing Nader, but they're going to call a foul on Nader.
The game is getting a little physical right now, Brent. The fans are getting into it, and I think you'll see an awful lot of fouls called towards the end of the period by both John Vanek and Hugh Evans, who are excellent officials.
Yeah, this could signal a parade to the free throw line. You know, and the one reserve who you don't see for the Lakers in the playoffs is the man who had a lot of talent but slowed so much by injuries, Mitch Kupchak. Scott bringing it up on Rod Foster. Suns have Foster out there with Nance, Pittman, Davis, and Alvin Adams. Worthy on the turnaround over the double team. Loose ball foul. And again it's Nader. That's 3 fouls on Swin. He may yet get most of his playing time in that school ground game when he gets home.
The last 2 times down the floor, Pittman did a real good job against Worthy. He made him take fadeaway shots both times, and an excellent defensive job by Pittman against Worthy.
20-second timeout.
We've got a 20-second timeout by the Phoenix Suns. Trainer Joe Brosky wanted to check with Alvin Adams. And so Wednesday night, we will be in the Forum in Los Angeles. They should have a big crowd ready to cheer these Lakers on for a possible Western Conference championship and a possible meeting against the Boston Celtics. The Celtics in total command of Milwaukee. 3 victories to none. That game time Wednesday night, 11:30 Eastern time. I'm surprised, like everybody else. I thought Milwaukee would break through at home and win Game 3. And what they have, a 13-point lead at halftime yesterday. Let it get away from them. And they'll go again with Game 4 on Monday night. Isn't that something in this league, how you can turn it around? The Celtics were swept a year ago by the Bucks, and now they're on the verge of sweeping back. And I know that a lot of credit has gone to Dennis Johnson, and deservedly so, but that's not the entire reason. One man doesn't make an 8-game difference.
No, Brent, the mental approach to professional basketball is so very, very important. I think K.C. Jones has done an excellent job in getting his team playing full effort all the way. And they've turned around 7 games. They got swept last year. Now they're on the verge of sweeping Milwaukee. And not one man could have made that much of a difference.
Right now, that trade looks awful good for the Celtics, though. Rick Roby doesn't play a lick for the Phoenix Suns. He's fat, out of shape. They're going to try to get him on a Nautilus program here in the offseason, turn some of that fat into muscle and turn him loose. He'll have to work hard if he wants it. Byron Scott. pulling the trigger, and there was a foul call.
Even though they fouled Scott, I like what Phoenix did. It was the first time they came out and put a trap defense against the Lakers. They double teamed. They got much more aggressive. You had to do some of that.
There's Rick Roby. The only time he's played in this final, he threw that crushing roadblock against Michael Cooper back in the form. Westfall checks in. And the Lakers at the line are 19 of 27. Scott with their 28th attempt. And the Suns are 19 of 24 at the free throw line. They'd like to get it down inside 10 if they can, but they need that run. Adams with a field goal. 97-85. They've got a minute to go. Third period.
Look for McAdoo.
Oh, he got Nance in the air, didn't he? And then Westfall came over, and he's released already. If they can get the rebound. Now it's Foster. Westfall. Let's give him a little lift here. Nance coming in, and here comes up to the line. Bob McAdoo's third foul.
Michael Cooper replaces Magic Johnson in the later lineup.
Cooper's in and Magic's out.
Both coaches have given their stars a little rest. Davis went out for Phoenix for the last minute. Magic out for the last 30 seconds. It gives you a good long break for the end of the period and also for the 2-minute break at the end of the quarter. So they'll be refreshed and ready to go, but particularly Davis. They have to have Davis back in for Phoenix. This could cut it to 10, Brent. They're back.
There it is. You've got to get there. 32 seconds.
Here's the trap.
Adams pops out on Worthy. Here's Cooper. Back to Worthy. And McAdoo. Last shot time for Phoenix. McAdoo off the bench. He has gotten to the offense today. 19 points. Westfall. That's the end of the third period. And we'll return to Veterans Coliseum with fourth period action after these messages from your local station. As we come to the money period now, the Lakers leading this Western Conference final 2 victories to 1. Westfall, Pittman, Foster, Adams, and Nance on the floor for the Suns against Scott, Cooper, McAdoo, Nader, and Worthy. Lakers ball. Here's Scott. Back to Cooper. Cooper. Scott to McAdoo. 4 on the shot clock. Yanked down powerfully by Pittman. They can get it back to 10 if they're successful. In behind to Nance, and they are. That's 25 points for Larry Nance. Foster goes with Cooper. Back to 12. Foster. McAdoo. That's 21 for Mac. Nance was hit by Cooper and fouled. That's 4 on Michael. And here come the All-Stars. Magic and Kareem.
Take no chances. 12-point game. You're up 12, and you can still come back with Magic and Kareem. That's some bench they have.
Adams. McAdoo. Shot clock is at 7. Kareem with an offensive rebound. Magic. He traveled. We've got a timeout here in Phoenix. And the Suns have moved back to within 10 points. They've got 9:30 to work with. This is a very important trip.
This is the biggest basket that Phoenix has to make right now. They brought in Scott in the game. They will probably go to Adams in some fashion. Magic is playing Adams.
Adams pulls up on Magic, misses the basket, went back for it, and they failed to move to within 8. And Cooper makes it 12.
That was the big hoop. Adams had a tough shot. Very, very good defense by Magic Johnson on that play to make it a tough shot for Adams.
Adams again, back to Foster. There's Scott. He was fouled, so he'll come to the free throw line. Kevin, you've got to give Pat Riley a lot of credit. He puts Magic Johnson on Alvin Adams right there, and the Suns go right through Adams that time.
Exactly right. He looked like the most logical play to go to. They had gone to him 3 out of the last 4 times, and he just put Magic on Adams. He's quicker than Adams. Great job. John McLeod's got a big decision. He's got Edwards, Lucas, and Davis on the bench right now, along with Nance. He has to get them probably back around the 7-minute mark and make the big run at the Lakers.
If this unit could get to within 8 points, and then he could bring his regulars back, he might be in business.
Exactly right. He did that in the game 3, and it worked very well. Here's the trap by Phoenix.
Kareem. 26 for Abdul-Jabbar. He exploded that trap in a hurry, didn't he?
He and Larry Bird are the 2 toughest men in the league to trap, and it's almost impossible.
Pippen. Went high, nice shot. Rebounds. Now they can go to within 8. Oh, bad pass. Just a terribly ill-advised pass in that situation. He wouldn't have had a layup even if he'd have caught it.
That was a rookie mistake. Foster made a real bad play.
Magic. But Foster gets a big rebound. Back to Foster. Missed the shot, but Scott tips it in. Now they're within 8. And they're doing it with their reserves. Missed a couple of shots, and the Suns can take advantage of it. Cooper is with Adams. Scott moves Foster, and here's Pittman. Pittman puts it on the floor. Gets in on Kareem, brings it up, and now they're within 6 points. And they're doing it with their reserves against the Lakers stars. impressive basketball by one Charles Pittman here, Kevin.
He does a great thing when you got a mismatch. Turn around, face up, try to beat a Kareem, which is speed. And he does it perfectly and finishes it off. It's twice in a row. He's done the same play. Great move by Charles Pittman. From the other angle, face up, drive to the basket, pump fake. That's exactly how you would teach to beat a big man when you have a mismatch.
6 minutes and 43 seconds to go here in the Veterans Coliseum. I'm Brent Musburger along with Kevin Lockwood. The Suns now have their chance. It's 107-101 Lakers. Kyle Macy is on the floor now for John McLeod. Pittman is there. Westfall, Adams, and Scott. Scott hit time, misses. Pittman with a big rebound. Here they come. They can pull to within 4. It's Kareem and Magic and Worthy and Cooper and Scott for the Lakers. Adams out high with Magic. Westfall cuts. Within 4. You cannot say enough about the courage that the Suns have showed with this particular lineup. How John McLeod has stuck with them right now. Their benches outscored these Lakers 14-2 in this quarter. Here is Scott maneuvering for Los Angeles. Comes to the baseline. Big basket for LA that time. It's a 6-point game and 5:55 to go here in regulation. We went overtime in Game 3 Friday night. Westfall gets inside, comes through the baseline. Deflected by Magic. In a foot race, he'll outrace him. He's too quick. He's got a layup in a big moment, and it's Magic Johnson, who's simply too quick for Paul Westfall once he got the ball out in front. John has to be thinking about when he's going to bring Walter Davis back into this contest. That's going to be the critical moment for the Suns. He's still off the floor. Adams now, waiting. Magic is out there. This is Kyle Macy. That shot clock is down at 5. Three-pointer by Westfall. No good. Alvin Scott with an offensive rebound and a fresh 24. Adams brings Kareem outside and misses. Kareem rolls back for the rebound. And the Lakers can go back to 13. I'm sorry, back to a 10-point lead right now. Hitting 113. And McLeod is going to bring the regulars in at the next opportunity. Here's Kareem on the turnaround. He was fouled. He'll come to the free throw line. And the Lakers are back in charge. And if there's any second guess to be made, it's the possibility that these men stayed out just a touch too long in this game.
The situation developed. The key play was they were on the roll, the quickness of the Lakers, and the greatness of Magic Johnson defensively by coming up with a steal. They've got all their starters back in the game right now. But Kareem, they went to Kareem for the three-point play. He's had an outstanding game. We got Davis back in the game, Edwards, Nance, Lucas, but as you said, Brennan, it might be too late.
At that timeout, even though Pittman and everybody had played so well, you had to be thinking, get the Greyhound and his friends in here and let's go for it. Now, Lucas is out there with Edwards. Davis is back. Nance is back. Macy is there. Lakers leading it by 11 points. .436 left. Macy's three-pointer. They've missed 2 3-point shots all of a sudden.
It's a little soon to be shooting three-pointers, even though Macy can make it from that range, but it's too early to start taking three-pointers.
Edwards with those 5 fouls, still bumping away. Give back to Magic Johnson. He traveled. Suns ball. We know three-pointer this time. They want that ball in low to one of the big men. Lucas backing in on McAdoo. Double team. Macy, cross-court pass. It's Davis. Three-pointer. Short. Out of bounds. And there goes the Phoenix, and Kareem can't believe the call.
You can tell how much Kareem is in this game. He thought the ball was off Phoenix, and I think it was off Nance's leg. It looks like it did hit Nance's leg.
Here's Edwards. Davis ships inside to Nance, and he's fouled. Magic simply wrapped him up underneath. There's no question about this. It's off of Nance's foot. It's simply an officiating there underneath. He was screened by it, and now we got Nance up at the free throw line.
Brent, what happens when you take three-point plays early and they misfire, it almost has a letdown for the other players that, heck, we're trying to take a desperate shot, we don't make them, and the players seem to get a feeling at times that the game might be over if you don't convert it. So when you shoot them early, you can get yourself in some trouble. Be a trap on the other end defensively now by Phoenix, even though it's hard to trap Magic Johnson. The reason it's hard, he's so big and he can see over the defense. And he's a great passer, we all know that, but his size gives him a great advantage.
Scott takes the pass from Magic. McAdoo, he's short. Lucas rebounds. Davis, he's off the mark. Worthy rebounds.
That's a problem when you sit out a long time and you're a starter. You get a little cold, and that could have affected Davis a little bit by sitting so long on the bench.
And they hit Scott on the cut. He's fouled. He scores the field goal. Young Byron Scott, he represents Norm Nixon. He came to the Lakers in that transaction with San Diego.
Watch the pass by Magic. Again, he can see over the defense. Even Davis is down a little bit in the defensive crouch. Great cut by Scott, but you have to give this three-point play to Magic Johnson. He's made the key plays down the stretch on both ends of the floor. And he did not have a great game Friday night, but you can count on him to come back. He came back and has done an excellent job today, defensively and offensively.
Three minutes and 10 seconds left here, and of course Wednesday night we'll bring you game 5 of this series, 11:30 p.m. Eastern time. It'll be the Suns against the Lakers, and if the Lakers and the Celtics close out their series early, then we would start the NBA World Championship Series next Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern time in the Boston Garden. And of course CBS will have exclusive coverage of the entire championship series. All games will be broadcast live. Edwards to Davis. These are desperate trips for the Suns. Kareem's got it. Holds it up. Says, well, I'll just put it down. Boy, he's played with a passion here in these two games. He wanted that one so badly Friday night. McAdoo.
Everything's worked right for the Lakers. They got McAdoo into the offense. Kareem started off great. Good pressure on the guards of Phoenix.
There's a three-pointer by Macy.
Now you should be shooting three-pointers because you only have 2 minutes left in the game and a 12-point deficit.
McAdoo.
Let's go, Larry.
Lucas. Back to 10. They've got 2 minutes to work with.
Should be a trap, some kind of trap maybe by Phoenix. Here it comes.
Come on, Mace, lay hands up, Larry.
That should just about do it. That was a big basket for the Lakers.
The trap has not worked at all for Phoenix. The Lakers have handled it so easily.
31 points for Abdul-Jabbar here this afternoon. McAdoo got a hand on it. Foot race is on. Ball's out of bounds. Suns ball. Riley said, what do you got to do to get a call back there on an out-of-bounds play?
When you're up 12 points with a minute and 35 left, just enjoy it.
Nance drew the foul as he began his assault. We wind down the last minute and 30 left here in Phoenix. And there is Bob McAdoo. He got into the offense better than he has so far in this series here this afternoon. Scored 23 points. Jamal Wilkes, who's lost his rhythm or hasn't regained it, is what I should say. He did not play too much here this afternoon.
You really got to like the game plan that the Lakers had. Sometimes you draw up a game plan, even though it's a good one, the players don't execute it. But what Pat Riley talked about before the game, Brent, is exactly what has happened. You've got to really give the club a great credit. They have great athletes, but the game plan was super, and it worked. Here's the full court trap this time.
Out of bounds goes to Phoenix.
Magic is very upset. He wants the ball in his hands when they're trapping because he'll pick out the right man.
Lucas coming into Kareem, and the whistle is blown, and a foul called against Kareem. And he has fouled out of the game, but what a game he played. McAdoo returns. 31 points for Kareem here this afternoon. You know, he's going to be a tough man to replace on this franchise. He's going to play one more year, and you talk about all this Laker depth and bench. That means that they have got parts that could be involved in a critical trade. There's rumors now around the league that Hakeem Olajuwon of Houston might be the apple of their eye. They might swing a trade with whoever wins the coin flip. Of course, there's no chance that if Portland wins that coin flip, that they would trade it because they need the big man so badly. But if Houston wins it and drafts Hakeem, there are reports that a trade could be in the works with all this Laker depth. Right now, the Lakers aren't thinking about a trade or any such thing. They're still concentrating on trying to win a championship.
Full court trap. Get it in Magic's hands.
Right there, low. Right there, low. Right there, low.
McAdoo. They bring the clock down now. Magic hits Scott. Here's Cooper. Worthy. Missed with 1 second left on the shot clock. Lucas drives it down, loses it. Lost right back. Edwards battles for it and goes to Lucas. Just the Macy's a pretty pass. But the Suns are running out of seconds. And that sun is setting in the desert. Magic came in on Walter Davis, drew the foul, and so he'll come up to the free throw line.
Very difficult to trap Magic Johnson, as we said before, because of his size. He can look over the defense, pick out men. He made 4 passes on the previous trap that looked so easy that half of the people in the league couldn't even attempt. And he's a great, great offensive player. And he takes the ball to the basket, made a couple of key steals. He's a tremendous basketball player. 14 assists, 18 points. And the Lakers are going to go back with a 3-1 lead here in the Western Conference Final, and a chance to wrap it up at home in the Forum in Los Angeles. One thing about John McLeod, he won't let the Suns quit. Now they'll come back. He gets his teams very well prepared. They hustle all the time. They're just overmatched in the bench strength against the Lakers, but they'll come out playing hard.
The three-pointer for James Worthy at the buzzer. James Worthy hits a three-pointer, and the final score is 126 to 115. The Lakers beat the Suns, and they take a 3-1 lead. We'll come back and tell you who our MVP is here in just a moment. And our Miller Most Valuable Player here in Phoenix today is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Those 31 points, many of them critical in the first half when the Lakers really won this game. So Miller is pleased to present a check for $1,000 to the Special Olympics.